Hey everyone, I hope that you guys are having an amazing day. My name is Gautam and I'm back with another exciting video. It's the Valentine week and I'm pretty sure that a lot of you are excited to celebrate it with your partners, but for those who don't have a partner yet, I feel for you guys. But don't worry, in this age of technology and AI, we can celebrate the Valentine week with my best friend, the Valentino.
But Gautam, aren't you married? Do you really want to spend this week with a robot?
Well, it's not for me, it's for you guys. It might look like a very simple gripper robot, and I'm pretty sure that you guys are thinking, sir, we have made this robot. It can move in any direction and it can grip the objects in front of it on your command. But trust me guys, it's actually a hugging robot. It's an AI-powered robot that uses machine learning and computer vision to detect a hugging gesture. For example, if I do a hugging gesture in front of it, it will come to me and hug me back. But if I do a no-hug gesture, it will respect my privacy like my best friend and it will back off. Sounds crazy, right? But let's see it in action. Alright guys, so if I do a hugging gesture in front of that web camera, so this gripping robot will actually open its arm and hug me like a dear friend. But if I do a no hug gesture, which is like staying still, so this will close its arm and back off, respecting like a dear friend. So let's see it in action. Come on robot, hug me. So it's hugging me. And now if I just sit like still, so it goes back. Exciting, right? But I'm pretty sure that you guys are wondering how did I exactly made this robot? Let's take a walk through my making journey together. Alright guys, so it all started when I saw people happily celebrating the Valentine week, especially the hug day. And I thought, what if I could make a robot that could hug you back? Crazy, right? And in that manner, you won't actually need a partner. So I started figuring out the main elements of this project, and the first and most important element was to create a gripper robot, which is actually quite easy. The second main element of this project is to train a machine learning algorithm on hug and no hug gesture so that it could understand the difference between both of them. The third main element of this project is to write a piece of code that would control the robot in such a way so that it could hug you back when you do a hugging gesture in front of the camera and would make the robot take a step back, respecting your privacy when you do a no hug gesture. Finally, the last main element of this project would be to connect your robot with the platform via USB or better Bluetooth so that you can run your robot in wireless manner. And all of these things could be done on only one platform, that is the Avishkaar simulator. So let's see it in action. Alright guys, so let's jump into the first important challenge of this project, which is to make the gripper robot. So Avishkaar already has a very detailed tutorial on how to make a gripper robot, but let me just walk you through the process anyways. So all you have to do is take two high-speed motors, attach it to the L channels and attach wheels with it. And along with that, you can attach a caster wheel to your robot. So this would essentially make it a three-wheel base, which is very important to move the robot in any direction. You can move in left and right direction very smoothly. Next, you could attach a high torque motor on a rectangular plate, put a gear over it, and attach this L plate, which would act as one arm of the gripper bot. Now you can take another big gear, mesh with the first gear and attach other arm with it. So this would essentially make this gripping action. So now you can control this robot in any direction, plus by controlling this motor, you can control the gripping movement as well. Alright guys, so now that we have created our gripper robot, it's time to move to the second important step in creating this project, which is to train our machine learning algorithm. So for that, we have to go to the Avishkaar simulator. So open your browser and write www.avishkaar.cc and hit enter. So we all know there is a sign in button on the top right corner. So let's click it, but I'm already logged in. So let me just log out for you first and I'll click on the sign in button again. So now I'll be entering my phone number here. I'll find it very convenient to log in with my phone number, log in with OTP, and I'll just wait for the OTP on my phone. Okay, so now OTP is here. It's 114888. Let me just click on the verify button and we are logged into the simulator. So let me just click on the top right corner, which is the AMS button. Let's click on AI and machine learning mode. full 2.0 BLE in the robotic series, and let's click on the camera capture mode. Okay, so here we are. So now guys, my webcam is already attached to the system, but you can work with the default cam of your laptop as well. So now we need to train our model. What should we do? So all we need to do is click on configure AI model, go to the pose net option and name your model as Valentine Day, or maybe you can just keep it as Valentine. Click on save. And what would be the first pose? So the first pose would be hug. And okay, I need to take one more pose. So I'll click on this plus button and I'll write the name as no hug because I need to train my model on both the gestures. Let me click on the save button. So okay, here is this interesting thing that you need to take care of. The duration should be 12 seconds because I want my model to have ample number of samples. Okay, here it's also 12. Alright, so all I need to do is just click on start recording and make sure there is a delay of 2 seconds. So this will give you sufficient time to get ready before you start recording the samples. So let me just first record for hug, and I need to just sit back a little bit because I want to do a proper hugging gesture like this. So I'll click on start recording. So this is my hugging gesture. So it will take the recordings for 12 seconds and I want to give the hugging gesture in all ways possible, and it's done. Let me just give the samples for no hug gesture, and all I have to do is just sit still. This would be no hug gesture, right? Alright, so now we have collected like 112 samples for hug and 112 samples for no hug. So let me just click on the train model button, and now you have to sit in peace. So it's going to take some time, maybe like 30 seconds to train the model. Alright, so now our model is trained and it's time to click on the test model option. Let's click on it, and you can see that for now no hug is 100%, which is right. But what if I change it to hug gesture? So let me just open my arms like this, and guys, you can see that the hug percentage is 100%, which means my machine learning algorithm is able to understand the difference between a hug gesture and a no hug gesture. Amazing, right? So now what you can do, you can actually click on the download button and save this trained model for future reference. So I'm going to download it, and it's downloaded in my system. Alright guys, so let's move on to the third important piece of creating this project, which is to write the software. So we'll start by writing a very simple code which will print the detected label and the confidence in the console. It's a step just to make sure that our algorithm is working fine. So for that, let's go to the control context, take out the my program block, take out the loop so that we can repeat our code again and again. Let's create a variable gesture, and let's create another variable with the name of confidence. And now let's set the gesture. Let's go to this AI mode, take out the get detected AI label and attach with it, and let's do the same for confidence as well. Set confidence to AI label confidence. And now I'm gonna print both the things in console. So for that, let me just go to console, print to console. Let's go to text and take a join string option. So this will make sure that we are getting our data in a single line. So now let me go to my variables, gesture on one end and confidence on another end. But I have a better idea. Let me just go to text and drag this one more block. So in this manner, I can actually join 3 strings. So now let's go to variables and take this confidence and put it in the third slot. And in the second slot, I'm going to just put a simple hyphen. So this will make sure that my data is formatted properly. So now let's go to this control context and take out a time block. And let me just make the time as 200 milliseconds. All right. So this code will actually print the gesture and confidence level. Let's see it in action. Let me hit the play button. Let's go to this console. And I can see the no hug gesture is being detected because I'm sitting still. And now if I do a hugging gesture, so you can see now hug gesture is being detected and the confidence is 100%. And if I do the no hug gesture, again, it's detected and the confidence is 100%. Amazing, right? Alright guys, so before we move on to the final piece of software, which is a magic in itself, I want to tell you the wiring connections. So you have to make sure that this left motor of this gripping robot should be connected to M2 port, and this right motor of the gripping robot should be connected to the M3 port of your brain. And this high torque motor should be connected to the M4 port. So these are the connections that I have used in my software, but if you're using different connections, you're free to do so. Alright guys, let's jump into the most important piece of this project, which is the main software. So for that, let's go to this project context. I'll click on this open window and I'm gonna click on this Valentine bot project because I've already written the code, and I'll make sure that I'll attach a link of this project in the description of this video so you can get this code. I'm going to click on this Valentine bot, and here is the beautiful piece of code that is going to control my robot depending upon the gesture. So let me just quickly walk you through this code. It's a very simple piece of code. As I told you in the last part that my M2 motor is connected to the left wheel, my M3 motor is connected to the right wheel, and my M4 motor is actually connected to the gripping motor. So this is the hug function. So this is the hug function, and all it does, opens the gripping arm, then moves forward and then hugs it back. It's a very simple logic. And this is the no hug function. All this does is opens the gripping arms, move the robot backward, and then closes the gripping arm again. So this makes sure that the robot is moving backward if you don't want to hug it, and the bot hug function makes sure that the robot is moving forward and hugging you if you're doing a hug gesture. So now I'm going to jump into the main piece of code, and we have a loop here which makes sure that each and every line of code is getting repeated again and again. And I have put in a very simple check. If the confidence level is greater than 50%, then only do something, because it makes a reasonable assumption. And after that, I'm checking if the gesture is hug gesture. So let's run the bot hug function, and if the gesture is no hug gesture, let's run the bot no hug function. And if something else occurs, we'll run all stop function, which just makes sure that our all motors are stopped. So now all you have to do is just save this code in your system and you can upload it to your robot. Alright guys, so coming to an important step, how to connect with the brain with the simulator. So the process is very simple. First, you have to make sure that this brain is connected with the battery. Let's turn on the brain, and now the brain is on. So basically all you need to do is just go to your simulator and look for the BLE connect option. So we have it here. Let me click on it. So you can see that it's able to find my brain. I'll just click on this and click on the pair button. So it's going to take like 5-10 seconds, and you can see that my brain is paired, which means that if I do a hug gesture in front of this after playing the code, if I do a hug gesture in front of the camera, it's going to send a signal to the motors and my robot will hug me back. And if I do a no hug gesture, my robot is going to move backwards. Amazing, right? Alright guys, so this is my dear friend, the Valentino. This project is an amazing blend of AI and robotics, and it really shows that how interesting technology can be. So you can make a lot of exciting things using the Avishkaar ER series robotic kits and its simulator. But this is not the end. I want to give you a challenge. What if you could integrate the gestures which are related to other days of Valentine week? For example, if you give a rose in front of the camera, what should this robot do? Or maybe if you do a kissing gesture in front of the camera, will this robot kiss you back? So this is some food for your thought, and I want you to make some exciting projects out of it. Do share your ideas in the comment box, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day ahead. Bye.